Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about how to make your bass kick and 808 slap. I feel like this is a topic that I can speak pretty well on because this is very much my style of music. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, the way this is kind of set up is no one of these by themselves are particularly powerful, but when you combine all three of these techniques, that's when you get a super thick, punchy, knocking beat or song. So let's go. The first tip is just straight up having the sub loud. For this example, I've got this Lungs remix by All Day. This is what it sounds like.
I'll be poeticating when I long forgotten. Had to buy some gusher when I got the dash, and I am on errands. That's the ear infection. Want it out the mouth, you know it's still to get that.
So the first tip is very simple, just making sure it's loud. So track 6 and 7 here is my kick and 808. And you can see they're both loud, if not the loudest parts of the mix, both peaking into the red. Now, if you're just making beats, this is okay. If it sounds good, it sounds good. When you want to start getting into mixing and mastering, you might want to bring these down by using the next couple of tips that I'll give you to give yourself more headroom. But if shit isn't punching, it's just not loud enough. And that is relative to the rest of the sounds in the track. The second tip I'll give you, which is kind of in chronological order to this and how I sort of apply these in my tracks, is hard clipping. Now, I use Fruity Limiter for this. Stock plugin, super easy, sounds great, especially on kicks, 808s, and basses. I just make sure to turn all the envelopes down to 0 and then adjust the gain into the ceiling, depending on how much clipping or distortion I want. So we'll solo the kick here. So you can see this is actually quite distorted. There's a lot of gain being clipped off here. So this is with, and this is without. Hard clipping it just means it clips it off at 0 dB. You might lose some loudness, but the punchiness and the presence always stays. So I like to clip it and then place it exactly where I want it. I usually, when I'm leveling my beats, is to level the kick first, then the 808, and then everything else around that, because I feel like the bass just sets the foundation for the rest of the track. And then finally, the last thing, what I usually do is just go ahead and boost the low frequencies. Depending on how muddy it is, I like to cut the sides out with mid-side EQ up to like 100 hertz even. And then I like to boost in the mids where the fundamental frequency is. You can see it's tuned to F sharp here. So this is the 808 without the bass boost. Super aggressive. I just want it to be a bit heavier. And this is with. So it's slightly thicker and has a lot more weight. Now I'm going to compare this track with and without the changes I've made. I'm going to turn off the clipping, remove the bass boosts, and get the levels to about the same as what they are now without the effects, and then we're going to compare back and forth. So this is without.
I am on errands. That's the ear infection.
Super weak, and you can barely hear the kick underneath the mix. And then this is with the hard clipping and the bass boosting.
I am on errands. That's the ear infection. Want it out the mouth, you know it's still to get that.
So there you go. There's 3 super simple ways to get punchy, fat, heavy bass in your songs. Let me know in the comments if you want to see some advanced techniques as to how I create the space for bass in my tracks. If you feel like it's beginning to get muddy or the other instruments can't breathe around it, let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you all very much for watching. Take it easy and peace.